Welcome to the MLTI Slam Show. I'm Hallie, and today is Thursday, November 2nd. In the MLTI Slam Show, we learn from students just like you from all over Maine. We'll begin by following along with Caitlin Raymond from Nokomis, who will teach us about TinkerCad. Use TinkerCad to build 3D models, then viewers can take the Slam exam, a chance to win prizes by answering questions about the show. Then, we'll wrap up the show with the Slam demo, animated knots. Learn how to tie knots from boating, fishing, and climbing, or even tying a tie. We've got it covered. Now, please mute your mic, and if you have questions, enter them in the chat so Dell, our moderator, can respond during the show. And remember, your account is connected to everything you type, so be kind and have fun. Welcome, Caitlin. Glad you could join us. What do you have to share with us today?
Good morning, Slammers. My name's Caitlin Raymond, and today I'm going to be showing you how to work TinkerCad. Let me just get presenting here. So you're going to go to tinkercad.com. And I'm going to fix my camera real quick. There we go. So once you get to tinkercad.com, you are able to sign in on your Google account up here in the top right. I am already signed into an account. But there's a whole bunch of different options around here for code blocks, circuits. Today we're going to be making a 3D design. So right above 3D designs in the top left, sort of, it says there's a big blue create button, and we're going to click that. And then 3D design. So now we have a big blue square, and that is what we call our work plane. That is blank until we are going to add things to it here in just a second. But first, we're going to go up in the top left where it says, I don't know how to pronounce that, but it makes an automatic name, and we're going to change that to our name. So my name is Caitlin. So I'm just going to put that, and I'll give you guys a second to do that. So once again, it opens you up to this big blue work plane, and this is what we're going to be working on. To move this around, which is very important in what we're going to be doing, there's this cube in the top left. You can see it's highlighted. And you can move that around to see like all the way under, all the way around your work plane. And to go back to what it looked like when we first opened it, you can click home. Now this home button comes in handy when you want to deselect anything or return to this view. So we are going to start by going over here into our basic shapes and clicking this red cube or red box and drag it over to our work plane. And now that we have that here, it can be resized by dragging the corners around. These little white boxes are the corners. So you can resize it like that. And today I'm going to make it 50 by 50. So as you just saw, I clicked on the cube, and now after that, since it's selected, these little white boxes pop up, and that's where you type in your measurements. And I'm going to do 50 by 50. And now I try my best to center it. You don't have to do that, but so that is going to be the base of our house. We can also change the color of the like sides of the house, I guess you would call it, by going up to where this red circle is under box next to the hole. And I'm going to make my house pink. So now we have this pink box or whatever other color you made it, and we can drag it around to see what it's looking like so far. And then once again, click that home button to return to the view of our work plane. We are now going to be making the roof of our house. Now there's this triangle over here in the basic shapes where we just got our box, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drag it over. I'm going to put it next to our house for now, actually, just so it's easier for you guys to see. This black triangle that is over the roof right now, that is how you move things up and down. You can't just drag it up and down. You have to use this triangle. As you can see right now, I can put it at a different angle so you guys can see better. So that is raising it up off the ground. So I'm going to use my box to move around. Now that I have it the height that I need, I'm going to hover it over our house and then figure out what height I need it. This might take a little bit of playing around. And then click the home button and move it to where I need it. And once again, these little white boxes are how you adjust the size of your structure. That is not very centered on my part. Yes, so that is how we just resized it. So now we have something looking a little bit like a house. Once again, we can change the color of our roof. So I'll make that purple. So now we have a roof and our house. If you take your cursor and select around both of them, so if you click and drag, I believe it's the same on a Chromebook and a tablet or iPad. You can drag and then select both of these items that you just placed at once. Now, up in the top right, there is above where the colors are, there's this little line with two boxes next to it, and that's where we align our shapes because we want to make sure that we are centered and our house is built right. So I'm going to click the align button. If you hover over it, it also says align in case you're a little bit lost. And I'm going to click then these little black circles pop up, and that is how you align. You can align to the corners, you can align to the height or the middle, and I'm just going to click a few of those to make sure that we are all set. And I can use my box to make sure, and then return home to have the same view of our work plane. Now we're going to take this orange cylinder from the same place and drag it over. And this is going to be our chimney. I'm going to once again use those little white boxes and make it a little bit smaller and drag it up just like we did the roof using that triangle and into the roof of our house, using that box to make sure that it's actually on our house because the angles can be confusing sometimes. I'm going to change the color of that using the same circle, and I'll make that blue. So now we have a good looking chimney to our house. I am going to now make smoke coming out of the chimney, because it is getting cold outside nowadays, so we're going to have that wood stove running. So we're going to go over to this little thing. We just got the cylinder, and it is two over from the cylinder. It looks like a little scribble, and that is because that's exactly what it is. We're going to drag the scribble over, and it opens up this other work plane, or I think it's a spot next to our house in the work plane, just zoomed in, and I'm just gonna scribble some smoke coming out of the chimney. And you scribble just by pressing and dragging. I know iPads come with pens, so you can just draw with those. But yes, so I just do a few squiggly lines, and that's gonna be our smoke. And then I'm gonna go down to the bottom right here and click done. So now I'm going to click home, and now our smoke is a little big it's almost as big as our house. So I'm going to make that a little bit smaller using the same white boxes, and to rotate it, I forget which one it is sometimes, but to rotate it, I'm going to use these little arrows with arches in between and just test out with those and see, because it's kind of hard to tell because of the angle sometimes, and make sure that it's upright because we don't have any sideways smoke coming out of our house unless it's really windy. So now I'm going to use the same things as the rest of the house, the triangle to bring it up a little bit higher than the chimney, and then just drag it over. And it's hard to tell. This might be in front of it a little bit. I'm just going to adjust and make it fit the chimney using the same white boxes on the corners. And maybe a little bit higher so that it looks a little bit more realistic. So now we have a house with a chimney and smoke coming out of it. To add more figures, you can click on the basic shapes, pull down on the right, and you can search for anything that you really want. There's games, electronics, and more. You can, to the right of basic shapes, you can search and you can add things like animals, which is really cool. You can make a whole farm. I'll search for an elephant. And you can drag that right over and you have a big elephant on top of your house. So you can use TinkerCAD and make a whole farm if you would like. But yeah, to share your model, you're gonna go up into the upper right and to this person with a plus on it next to your profile, and you can generate a link to copy and share. So you click copy link, and then you can put that in an email or a message or whatever you got to do. So to recap, that is how you build a house on TinkerCAD. Thanks for watching.
Remember, you can always access recordings of all the presentations at www.mlti.me to play, pause, and rewind. Checking in with Dell, are there any questions from the chat? What is the blue grid called?
So the blue plane, or the blue square that you work on, is called the work plane, and that is, once again, you move that around using this box in the top left and clicking the home button to make sure that you always have a good angle at what you're working on.
Thank you for coming on the show and teaching us about TinkerCAD. Okay, Slammers, get ready to click the link in the chat to take the SLAM exam. Till the next episode to answer the question and be entered into the prize drawing. Only your first entry will count, the others will be removed. Then we'll announce the winner in the next episode. That way everyone has a chance to take the SLAM exam, even if you're not able to join us live. I'll give a code for you to type in, so everyone has the same amount of time. The SLAM exam question from the last question was, what does the Acton Conference take place? Where does the Acton Conference take place? Newport, Bangor, or Augusta? The correct answer is Augusta. And the winner, D.C. from Miranda Cook. Congratulations. The SLAM team will reach out to you to get that prize to you. So be sure to check your email. Now, before we ask this week's SLAM exam question, let's check out this week's SLAM demo.
Hello and welcome to a SLAM demonstration. My name is Alex, and today I'll be showing you a website called animatedknots.com. This website shows you basically how to tie any knot you would ever want to know about for climbing, boating, fishing, scouting, or even like search and rescue for like surgical knots. So how this website works is you can basically look up any knot that you would ever want to tie. Like, for example, I'll search up a square knot. And you'll see the square knot in the search results. You click on it, and it gives you step-by-step instructions with pictures and descriptions on what to do. And if you scroll down here, it also tells you what it's used for and like what the story is. This website is useful because it shows you how to tie basically any knot, and knots are useful in like so many situations for like when you're fishing or camping or climbing or like so many situations where knots are useful.
Thanks for that information, Alex. Okay, let's get ready for the SLAM exam. Our moderator will put the link in the chat, or if you're not watching the slide, visit mlti.me and click the SLAM exam link at the top to enter your answer. You can only enter once, anytime before next week's show. The passcode for this episode is 415. The SLAM exam question is, in TinkerCad, what is a big blue grid called? Workplane, workshop, or workout? Okay, we will announce the winner randomly selected from all correct answers next episode. Good luck! Thanks everyone for joining today's MLTI Slam Show. Thanks to our presenter, Caitlin Raymond, our moderator, Dell, and our director, Maddie. Slammers, if you have questions, would like to make comments, or share this work you created today on the show, visit www.mlti.me and contact us. Those of you in the live stream right now, stick around for the after show live discussion. Student leadership ambassadors, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.
The MLTI Slam Show is a program of the Maine Department of Education. For more information about this and other innovative educational initiatives, please visit www.maine.gov/DOE.